Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Yes, here we are.
Indeed.
We've got a special background for today because that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Finder, really the symbology of Finder, leading up to Finder being fully 3D realized. Little Finder guy, which we talked about last week.
Guy. Yeah.
And John has a surprise creation. Yeah, we've got that. We got some people in the chat, do we? Yes, a couple people. Hello out there.
Hello.
Might as well just start recording this for real. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 730 for March 16th, 2026. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
How are you doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Your classic Mac back there is looking good right now. Every once in a while, I guess it'll fall out of sync, but
Right.
yeah, it's static. But
the
that is a
512.
CRT. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
It is a CRT. And
Yes.
sometimes it does show its CRT-ness. But the other one doesn't show it. Why are we getting flicker from that? Higher refresh rate?
Well, even
I
that,
don't know.
probably higher refresh rate is my guess. Yeah.
Wow.
Quicker refresh? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just syncing up with your camera somehow. Some kind of wireless link. Yeah, we're going to talk. We didn't pre-announce. We kind of figured this out later, what we were going to talk about this week. It was all inspired by Lil Finder guy.
Yeah.
We talked about last week, the cute 3D version of the Finder icon that Apple started using in advertising. Just like little surprises by it. Nothing, just almost like an Easter egg of sorts. And we'll see where that goes. But we're going to talk more about that as our main segment. We've got eBay finds and a little bit of news. Yeah, there's lots of things happening as we kind of count down to the 50th anniversary of Apple. So we'll have some of that to share in the news. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yes? All right. We'll be right back with some eBay finds. Hello, Macintosh Collector, Kaperk 2244, Noons HR, Joshua Curtis. Welcome.
The gang.
All right. I guess we'll put something on the screen. And we'll go to eBay finds in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see how those auctions did last week. We had the 20th anniversary Mac. This one was a true auction, right? As I recall, we wanted to see where it got. It was running, but no packaging. Does have all the goodies inside.
Yeah.
4 bids has taken this to $800, and
Wow.
it's not over yet. I was afraid of this, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
It still has like 2 days to go, so we'll have
I
to remember.
bet there's going to be some last minute sniping on that one.
Yeah, it's got to go north of a K, right?
I would
if
think.
if it's gotten to $800 in early bidding.
Yeah.
So we'll check in again on that one next week. And the Macintosh TV, this one was not a true auction. It's just a buy it now or make it offer. It still has a $1,400 buy it now, but you can make an offer. And then the odd two-tone Mac 2 is still available for a buy it now of just a penny shy of $10,000, where you can make an offer on that. All right. I like Apple hardware that has the original packaging, especially stuff this old. This is the Macintosh M0130 external 3.5-inch floppy disk drive. Untested, but it does have the box. Looks like the packing material there too, right?
Yeah, the foam.
Description doesn't really say anything else. They say sold as parts repair for repair only because they probably weren't able to test it. It says untested. Of course, you'd have to have an early Mac to test this thing. Looking at the pictures here, you can see the condition of everything. The box, it's got some age on it, but you would expect
Yeah.
for something that's
This is the one that would
40
have
years
gone
old.
with your 512 or your 128. I mean, it could be used with a plus as well, but I think that particular case was for those two.
The case looks pretty good. The feet are intact. Box is a little beat up, but it even has the original documentation in there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the foam bits, which I'm surprised just haven't just crumbled into a fine
Disintegrated.
dust.
Right. Yeah. Or turned into goop or something.
Something changed its to another form of
Composition
matter.
too. Yeah.
Maybe
Plasma.
just right, or just kind of evaporated into the ether. And they want a pretty fair price as a buy it now of $125. That's not bad at all. Now,
No, no.
you hope it works, or it could be made to work, fairly easy.
Yes.
So
I'm
there is
sure because this
obviously-
was one of the auto eject ones, and I have to say the auto eject drives that are built into those computers all need re-greasing and possibly
Yeah.
a new gear. So speaking of the gear, the cheese gear, as some people call it, there's a gear in there that has kind of started to disintegrate, and I found out that one gear was made out of a weaker material on purpose, and it was to stop the mechanism from actually being ruined. The actual metal part, getting bent out of shape when if it tried to eject something that for some reason it couldn't. That gear was meant to strip, which is why I was always like, why is this one gear out of
Yeah.
all the gears that are in there weird? So
Right.
that's yeah.
Okay, but there's lots of stuff online to help you figure that out and fix it if you need to. Okay, what do we got next?
Next up, yes, the American Girl miniature Apple Macintosh computer keyboard with mouse. Tested works, and by tested works we mean it's got a little LCD screen that it's kind of cool. It starts with a Finder window, and every time you press, the mouse doesn't do anything. It's the keyboard is actually is a single button. So you press it, and a line of text appears. You press it again, or paragraph of text, I should say, until it fills up the little text window, and and there's a side window with some graphics and text. I don't think and the text is actually, wow, it's actually readable.
Yeah,
It's a visit to the planetarium. So it looks almost like a HyperCard or something like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool. So this was meant to the American Girl, and meant to go with those dolls. So it's, I think all told, this is probably what would you compare it to size wise? About the size of an apple, so to speak.
Dimensions?
Yeah.
So that's well, they show it next
there
to
we
a
go.
tape measure, about 3 inches across, probably 4 inches or so deep. But yeah, fits in the palm. of your hand.
And of course, many people have, including myself, have taken this and taken all the innards out, put a Raspberry Pi and a small screen in there, and they do make a nice little miniature Macintosh that is then fully capable of running Mac OS.
Yeah, neat. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good buy it now. for this, given the condition it works and all.
Yeah.
These are such a weird item because they, from what I understand, they had permission, licensing permission.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a straight up, you look at the back of it, it's got, you
Yeah.
can see the ports, so to speak, that would have been on. Oh, yeah. The case design is similar to like a 5200
Perform
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, there's an incredible amount of detail on it.
Yeah.
For that time, you know, it's pretty awesome, especially that front panel.
Look at the back panel
yeah,
too.
did
Again,
you
it's
say-
got
yeah.
all the.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yeah,
the
the
keyboard.
price of this, it is a place a bid. Right now it has 0 bids for $29.99. Of course, nowadays if you wanted to do something like this, you would just 3D print a shell to do with what you wanted. But yeah.
All right, and it has just under a week to go. Okay, and finally, the title is Vintage Apple Macintosh Computer Travel Bag Tote Cross Body. The description says vintage use condition. It says loose threading is stuck in the end of the zipper. Doesn't open all the way and needs repair. Okay. I have never seen this little tote bag here. It's it's like grayish, would you say? And it
Yeah, or
has-
dingy white, one of the two.
Yeah. It's kind of squarish with a black shoulder strap, and then there's a design on the front that says leading the way. It has a man running and carrying a banner with an Apple flag, and it says Apple Computer 1984 underneath it. But what's way cool is on, it looks like the other side is Apple Computer in Modern Textura font.
Aha, okay.
Aha is right. So this, you know, I mean, well, it has the date 1984 on there, but this is, you know, with the old font, and it's just, who knows what this was for? There isn't any further information on there. It's pretty well used, but again, I've never seen anything like this on eBay before. Just a curiosity.
Size-wise,
Anytime.
it looks like it would be almost. It doesn't look like it would be a gym bag. It doesn't look like it's deep enough for that, right? It looks
Yeah, it's
like
pretty
a small
flimsy.
tote bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you wouldn't put a computer in it either because it's just like a very thin.
No, not in 1984.
Thin-walled.
Nothing.
No.
None of the computers.
Well, yeah, that's right. You didn't make anything.
Portable would have just fallen out of the bottom. I mean, come on.
Anyway, what do they want? $129 is to buy it now. It's fairly fair, given the age rarity. Or you could make an offer, even. So this one ships from Scottsdale, Arizona. We'll check in on it next week.
I like Garth's comment here about
Yeah.
you have something with binders for sales or yeah. Good thought on that.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, that's true. A 2C would have probably fit in there.
What year did the 2C come out?
Oh goodness.
Quick. Was it out in
84?
84? Yeah, I think it was. All right. Next. Roll right into this. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, last week we learned about the little Finder guy, and we thought we'd look into the sort of the evolution of the Finder guy as it existed in 2D long before that. There's a great website, albeit filled with ads, that shows the history over at Logopedia, and we can track what the Finder icon was from the beginning in 84, which wasn't the smiley face at all. So don't confuse the smiley face Finder guy with the smiling Mac icon, which represented just slightly
A
different.
successful boot. Yeah.
Yeah, your boot screen. But the Finder logo in the original was just a Mac, right? It was like the smiley Mac icon, but with no smiley face inside. And it wasn't until 95 we start seeing what was the beginnings of the little Finder guy. And, you know, I learned something new about the icon. As much as we've been talking about Macs for all these years and staring at these icons for all these years, I never knew what the symbolism was of that icon. Do you?
I
two
always thought it
faces?
was kind of supposed to be almost kind of a Picasso-esque take on an icon, really. Yeah, with the
Yeah, with the
skewed. Yeah.
it does evoke that, and probably that was an influence, but it's not two faces. And a little searching, there was a Reddit kind of that went into who designed the original Mac OS logo, now the Finder logo, and somebody posted in there. I just scrolled past it. Somebody wrote it was Jim Ferris of Santa Cruz, California. He and his wife Laura Lee were partners in a small design shop called Albin plus Ferris. I used to work there. That's the poster. They are both alumni of a looks like a school in Switzerland, and then playful /a or dash ad 847 then posted a link to an archive.org, which is this website from that design firm, and there's this smiley face logo. And it says Mac OS brand identity, Apple Computer Inc., corporate identity and design group, evoking partnership. And it says, we gave the Mac OS a persona by designing a symbol that added an important unexpected element, the user. The interplay between the face of the computer and the profile of the user reinforces the idea of a special relationship, a partnership between people and their computers. The symbol also anticipates changes to the Mac OS, such as active assistants and intelligent agents, that will improve the way computers work with people who use them. We work closely with Apple's corporate identity and design group to develop the symbol, making sure it embodied the traditional Macintosh strengths of ease of use, friendliness, and humanizing technology. So the face of the computer and the profile of the user. So
the
it's
user, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the user would be the person that was the right half.
The right half, sure, certainly.
Looking at the computer on the left.
Wow.
So yeah, it's the interface of the two, or the joining of the two. And there you go. So that's kind of hidden, out there on the internet. Trying to find it. I have my little pillow here, right, from Throwboy.
Yes.
Used to make this one. So this is the one that does have the little tabs at the chin and the forehead on there. Right?
Oh, check that out. Nice little detail.
So going back over to that logo, so you can scroll through here and see all the iterations. Of course, it would get some subtle changes over the years with the little reflections and such in OS 10 iterations. Like the
sure, you had
Panther.
to do the Aqua-esque,
yeah,
right? And then you had to do...
and then it started to flatten out, a little more simple without all the flashy lighting effects. And so in the Yosemite Developer Preview Edition, all the way up to Catalina, we got that version. And then for a long time, this version right here, macOS 11 Big Sur Beta, all the way up to macOS 15. And then they did something weird in Tahoe Beta. They actually switched. You can see the colors got switched.
Yeah. Dark blue on the left and
right. And that apparently that was temporary because the current betas have reverted it back to the way we're used to seeing it. So there it is there. And now we get the 3D version. Actually, I have the pillow here of the current. Well, I guess not the one before the new operating system. So that's another Throwboy pillow.
More streamlined.
Yeah, it just looks really nice. And I don't know if they still have this version on Throwboy. Now I got to wonder if they're going to make a plush version of the little Finder guy. Should be great. Somebody's going to do it. But in the meantime, John took it upon himself. Well, I guess
Well,
you needed the
yeah.
model, right?
So
Yeah.
well, yeah. So I last week I was like, surely someone is going to do a 3D model of the thing, and sure enough, somebody on Reddit posted it. I put the link in the comments of where you can find the link for the Little Finder guy on Maker World, I believe that's what it is. And so yeah, so I printed these guys the other day. Had to do
You
the
made
little
me one
Apple.
too.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. The guy who did the file, it's actually all magnetic. So everything's just kind of magnetic,
Yeah, and so you
which is
can
kind of neat.
swivel the head and
Yeah.
articulate the arms.
Mm-hmm. So all in all, it took about 11 hours to print one. You don't need a multicolor printer. Everything's separated out by plate. So you've got the light blue, the dark blue,
Uh-huh.
and the black elements are all just printed separately and then all just put together with magnets. If you go there, it'll tell you what size magnets you need, all the fun details. So
Cool.
yeah, very cool.
Yes. Well, that is something we'll be looking forward to seeing more appearances by Little Finder guy here, and maybe even an official name. Like, it really needs a
Right, as opposed to
name,
Little
like,
Finder guy. I
yeah,
kind of
like,
like Little Finder
I don't
guy.
know, Finder. How about Findy or something? I don't know.
Mackie.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, all right. Well, that's how we got to the Little Finder guy, and thank you, John, for my copy.
You're
What's
welcome.
going on, man? He made it. I asked for it to be like Funko size, so.
So
Fits in with everybody
that
else.
is actually the size that the file is.
Oh, they
So-
already they did it like that.
Yes, yeah, it was
Yeah.
that size. So yeah, because of course, if I had changed the size, it would have messed up the
Oh, the
magnet size that
magnets.
was needed.
Yeah. Oh, because it was designed for a specific size magnet. Well, excellent. It all works together. All right. We got some recommendations on names. Yeah, Mackie is taken. Sure. The Macintosh librarian has that one. Color.
Oh yeah, and
Snub.
Mackie is already taken too. That's that Macintosh librarian. That's her computer sidekick is Mackie.
Phantom of the Finder. Okay, we're going to get into some news. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's time for the news. There's been a lot of recreations of Apple products with Legos. And somebody decided that that's the wrong way to look at it and decided to make a Macintosh into a Lego. Kind of go the other way. Flip it upside down. So on this website, I don't know how you pronounce that, wattiv.nl, WATTIV, you see here's the 3D model of the computer. And it's kind of shaped like a Lego. It's got the connectors on the top. And this beautiful website, it says here, the M2X2 is a functional homage to the classic Lego computer brick. Upscaled and reimagined as a high-performance workstation, this project bridges the gap between play and productivity, transforming something bland and impersonal into something that combines the aesthetics and charm of the Macintosh, the playfulness and modularity of the Lego system, and the power of modern silicon. It demands intention, rewards curiosity, and turns every desktop interaction into a moment of tactile satisfaction. So, and this beautiful timeline here of
Oh,
Lego.
that's awesome! Yeah, wow.
Just cleverly animated, coincided with the Macintosh, kind of how Lego and the Mac kind of develop alongside each other, resulting in the workstation, the M2X2. And there's the bits, and so there's a whole slideshow of how it all fits together. I think there is an actual Mac inside there.
Mac Mini.
Mac Mini.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's meant to have a Mac Mini in there.
Yeah. And you can see the top pieces are functional. Looks like a MagSafe charger on one side, and the other side is a media control knob. So yeah, it's all very well thought out. There it is in operation. A little animation of it. Look at the volume control with the left. What do you call that? It's been a while. What do you call the little connector points of a Lego? I'm sure there's a
Oh
name for
goodness, I don't know.
that. Somebody must know.
I
Yeah,
would just called them pegs.
very cool. But there's all this information on the build. Obviously, it's 3D printed. All the pieces that went into it. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know if this was done as part of Macintosh. I don't know if it was. It doesn't look like it was. It was maybe just announced in concert. Oh, there's the inside. It shows the Mac Mini inside there. Is it touchscreen? I wonder if it's a touchscreen. That would be
Ooh,
awesome.
that would be cool.
Be a good
Yeah.
way to, even as the shopping list. I mean, it's just so well done. I mean, talk about just attention to detail. It is touchscreen. It's a 7-inch IPS
Perfect.
touch display.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, and then, gosh, I don't know how I found this, but this company, Wacas, WAKCAS, has a retro 3.5-inch floppy disk MagSafe stand. So it's shaped like a 3.5-inch disc. I don't think it's perfectly to scale. And it attaches via MagSafe to like your phone to create a little stand. Actually, it looks like it is almost perfectly sized, doesn't it?
It really it looks like they just used 3.5-inch floppies. It really is close.
Yeah. Way cool. It's $39.99 on their
That's
website.
great. Yeah, it gives it a little
Yeah.
kickstand.
Yeah. And I bet you could print your own labels. You could have like a Mac OS, OS label, stick it on there. And then I mentioned, we're counting down to the 50th anniversary of Apple, which will be on April 1st. Computer History Museum has been doing a lot of events, and they had a epic presentation last week. I forget what day it was, but they live streamed the whole thing. It was hosted by David Pogue, and he had seemed like a never-ending cast of famous Apple employees over the years, to include, kind of spoiler alert, co-founder Ron Wayne was on hand. He
Nice.
didn't speak. He was interviewed from the seats. Unfortunately, Wozniak was not available. He had a prior engagement, although he had a video message. John Scully was there. And of course, a lot of people from the Macintosh team, and Chris Espinoza, the longest running serving Apple employee. It was a few hours long. It was just
Yeah, that's
very, very
fantastic.
good. So
Wow.
definitely check that out. And David Pogue, actually it coincides with the release of his new book, which is Apple: The First 50 Years. I think I mentioned this as one of my things on the gift list for this year. I got my copy here, and maybe we'll talk about it next week. But nice book documenting the whole 50 years. And what's cool about it is he had unprecedented access to the archives and permission from the company to interview employees, which normally they don't get. They're not allowed to talk to the press without, full control and permission and all that. So there's pictures that we haven't seen before. Lots of cool information. I haven't dug into it yet. It's a quite a read, and it's not like a picture book either. I mean, there are photos, but there is a lot of stories in here.
Oh, great.
Interviews, yeah, from the whole history. So I'll be digging into that. And I guess one more thing. Apple did announce that they're going to be like celebrating the 50th in some way. They're keeping it a surprise, so we don't really know what form that's going to take. What exactly is going to happen.
A FAM, 50th anniversary Macintosh.
Yeah, that's right. To rival the 20th. Who knows? But they do promise something wonderful. Page 260. I'm looking in the book.
Garth
Beagle is featured on page
in there.
260.
Nice.
All right, I'll check that out right now. Oh. All right, I have to read through here. I'll trust you on that one. They're talking about clones on page 260. So they do mention the clone period, which is good. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, I think that's it for the news.
The comment from Retro Techie,
Yeah.
buy one on the stream. Retro Techie is trying very hard to get me to spend all my money almost every time we do a podcast. He or she is they're constantly trying to on the Lego thing.
Oh,
so,
you mean what, to buy the parts for the Lego thing?
Yeah. There's almost always one of the auctions that Retro Techie wants us to buy online as well.
All right, let's close it out in 3, 2, 1. That just about wraps up another episode of the RetroMacCast. We will be back next week. Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I took a look at 2 more computers today to see how they were doing, and it was not good. I thought I would get lucky like last week, picking similar vintage Macs, but no, that wasn't meant to be. So last week was a 7300 180. This week was a 7600 120. It wouldn't even power on. Like, just nothing. So power supply is just done. So I broke out an 8500 150, and so that's the tower, and it did power on.
Mm-hmm.
Good chime, got video, but no happy Mac. So I rebooted it, and then I did get a Mac icon, but then no further. So the hard drive is like it's
shot,
sticking. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to try the tap it with a little hammer, get a little vibration.
Put it in the freezer. There's also
there's various tricks. I mean, what do I got to lose, right? I might try that.
Or just get was that a SCSI or
it's
ID?
SCSI. Yeah, no, I could boot it from something else.
Yeah,
Right. But it would be nice to
blue SCSI or something. Let me know.
I have one somewhere.
Well, there you go.
Might be easier to borrow yours than to find mine. All right. Well, I was 0 for 2 this week. We'll see how it goes next week. If you're here for the YouTube channel, I will show you something something non-computer that I'm adding to the inventory. So, if you're not listening to YouTube or watching the YouTube channel, obviously we talk about other stuff briefly, things that are more visual. And you're welcome to join us. We're live streaming Mondays, 7 p.m. Central. But you can always, but you can always watch it, of course, afterwards. All right. I guess that's it. Thanks everybody for joining us in the chat.
Thanks a lot.
Until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
All right. Of course, everybody gets to see I got my blanket back there. The blanket is the Finder blanket. That's another Throwboy blanket. I haven't heard much from Throwboy lately. Are they still selling these Finder-based stuff. Let me look real quick here. Blankets. Yes, they still sell. Actually, it's a little different one than this one. It's a more of the older style, actually.
Oh, nice. Good. I kind of prefer the older style.
Yeah.
As I'm sure a lot of
And that one's on
our
sale
listeners do.
right now. Let's throw that up there. $144. And of course, they've got the System 6 like
classic
desktop
desktop.
picture. I like the Mac Paint one.
Ooh, that's the
It's
knitted
amazing.
one too. Aha.
And
Oh man.
yeah, good stuff. And then let's see, what do they have for pillows now? Mac related. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
So there's the you can do the newer one, and you can get the icon pillow by itself. So, all right, they still got most of the stuff we're used to seeing. The spinning wheel of death. Yes. Very cool. Oh, look at, and the giant icon pillow. Well,
Holy
I think
cow.
I think I need that. It's only $390. Can you use that like a beanbag chair? It's pretty big.
It looks pretty big.
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
It's so tempting. All right. So what is behind? What's behind the blanket here? Let's take a look. Let me go back here. It's so funny because
From Steve, you're talking from Throwboy. Are they slow on getting your stuff to you?
well, that's not good. Well, I hope they get that resolved. This was the nailer, cardboard nailer for a poster that I received.
Oh, okay.
And I had forgotten that I even had this. I know I'd lusted after this for so long, bought it, and then it just sits in a dark corner of my attic. This
Okay.
is the famed photo. I think this is Donner Lake in California, 1981. The
Hot air balloon.
photo of the Apple computer
Yeah.
hot air balloon. And the poster, unfortunately, it's been glued on this board, and then it was matted and probably framed. So it's not coming off this board, but it's okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
keeps it nice and flat
Sure.
and protects the edges, which is really what you want. And then it has a mat that was glued on here, and it was probably framed at one point.
So what is the lake?
Lake Donner?
Lake Donner. Okay.
Yeah. If I can hold it up better. There we go. I think, remember there was like an auction not too long ago
Yeah.
where they actually had like the balloon itself or pieces of the balloon was for sale.
Pieces
It was
of the
ridiculous.
balloon, right.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, a very cool poster.
Very cool,
and it's,
yeah.
And it's got the graph paper, the faded graph, like those old Apple II posters.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Kind of
Right,
similar.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's a cool effect with that.
Yeah. So there you go. We'll add that to the inventory. Okay. How much did I pay? I have no idea. It was so long ago. How much am I offering to sell it? How much you got is the usual answer. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
We'll see you next week. I'll play a little music here. Oh, wrong music. How about this music? And, bye.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.